All right, for the next part of our test, this is worth 12 points. So we have section 1 is worth 4 points. The evidence is worth another 4. The justification is worth another 4 for 12 total. If you get 10, 11, or 12 points, that will bump you up a full point from your multiple choice. And if you get 8 or 9 points on this part of it, that can bump you up half of a point. So let's go ahead and see what I am expecting of you. So the phenomena says you are camping with your family and your mom gets up early to make some hot chocolate. She starts by boiling some water in a pot. You realize that you can see water in all 3 of its states around you. There are also phase changes through heat transfer. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see this picture better in color here. So you can see they are camping. We've got the fire here, boiling that water, and it is winter time, so I do not know why these people are camping, but they are, so good for them. So we can see, right, they are in in the snow. It is winter time. I don't know, they're doing it. So, okay. And so you need to be able to tell me about what is happening in this picture through several different questions. So first, you need to write a 1-sentence claim statement that lists what are the 3 states of matter. And then you're going to describe where do you see the state of matter in this picture. So looking at this picture, what are the 3 states of matter in a sentence? Where do you see those? So if you're looking at the rubric that will be posted up on the board, to get a 4, you need to list all 3 states of matter and identify a correct one in the picture. So if you do not do all of them, that bumps you down each one. So I'm only going to look at the 4s because that's what you should be able to communicate back to me. The next part wants us to create a model drawing to show what happens when heat energy is added or taken away from a substance. Show how matter changes with each state. So use circles to represent the molecules and arrows to represent their motion. Be sure to label if heat is being added or taken away. So you're drawing a model of what happens to the molecules as heat is added and taken away. So your drawing should show the changes from state to state, so the ways they can change. It should show how the molecules are packed together with their density. It should use circles, arrows, marks to show how do they move as they change. And it should clearly be stated whether heat is being added or taken away. I also think it would be a good idea to say, like, as it changes from this to this is what we call it. So if you want the 4, you've got to have the model. It's got to be labeled. It needs the correct density of the molecules. Are they together? Are they spread out? How are they moving with each other? Is heat being added or taken away to cause those changes in the phases? So you're drawing your model here. Make sure you tell me what is happening. Label these. Where is heat added? Where is heat taken away? And then you are going to justify all of your answers, and you're going to think of another situation that is not a campfire. So we already used campfire. You have to think of a different situation where heat is being added or taken away from a substance that causes a change of state. So think of a situation where matter can change from state to state. Describe what is that situation? How is the heat being added or taken away? And how did that energy being added or taken away affect the molecules? How did it make them change? So if you look at the 4 on the rubric, you are going to describe a situation where all 3 states of matter are found and explain and explain the molecules in each state, including at least 3 details about how they are changing. So some options you have, you can talk about their movement, their speed, how are they arranged together, how is their density, what's happening to their heat, what's happening to their energy, their kinetic energy. So what is the situation? How do you see all 3 states? What is happening in those 3 states with at least 3 details to get that 4? So those are all things you know, so at least 3 of them to get the 4. 3 states of matter with 3 details about how do you know that is the state of matter that the matter is in. So when you are done with this, you will turn this in and I will check them and hopefully bump all of your grades up a full point because you're all going to do your best. And remember, you are teaching this to somebody else. It's like you are explaining it to somebody that doesn't know this yet. You need to teach it and explain it. Use your scientific vocabulary and your best handwriting so that I can read it to be able to give you those points. And before you turn it in, everybody should put your name on it right now so that you don't have to forget about that. So go ahead and work on this. This rubric will be up on the board. So after you do the first one, I would look at this 4. Did you do that? Look at the 4. Did you do that? Look at the 4. Did you do that? So that will be up on the board. Go ahead and take your time and do your best on that to bump up your grade.